So, where exactly is the FSU at reservation? Throughout my 5 years as a student at FSU, I've never even been.
The res is located off campus. It's actually a mile from the Tallahassee airport and then 4 miles from campus. It's a 73-acre facility with 10 active acres and it's located on Lake Bradford.
So, how exactly did the res even come about?
The history of how the FSU res was founded and created is actually very interesting. In the 1920s, when FSU was a college for women, Dean Miss Cawthon was a woman with intent of educating bright women and preparing them to become future wives and hostesses.
Bacon.
One of the genteel at-homes which Cawthon held for young women involved listening to New Victoria records and lectures on how to cook bacon. But how the res got started was Miss Cawthon's idea that a well-rounded graduate might have needed a bill of recreational expertise. The ability to play badminton, learn a graceful backstroke, and even knowledge of canoes would be very helpful for these women. So when 7 acres along Lake Bradford became available, Miss Cawthon went for it, and it later morphed into the Florida State University reservation.
Wow, that's really interesting. It's crazy how many students don't know about the res.
I agree. Since it's off campus, a lack of transportation has left many students unable to discover all that the res has to offer. Beginning this year, FSU has implemented a bus service shuttling students from the St. Augustine parking garage right to the front gate of the reservation.
Since FSU has implemented a bus route that can drop you off right in front of the res, I'm sure more people will go. Is the res open 7 days a week?
The park is actually open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. until 6 p.m.
Is it free to get in?
For FSU students and campus rec members, admission to the res is free. You just have to bring your FSU ID.
Well, what about to the public?
The public is also welcome at the res. For adults, it's $3 for admission. Kids 7 through 15, it's $1, and free for kids under 6.
That's pretty cool that it's completely free for FSU students. What about the activities that they have around the lake? Is that all free as well for students?
The res offers canoeing, kayaking, picnicking, swimming, sand volleyball, disc golf, and many other activities. The stand-up paddle boards, kayaks, and canoes are free and available to rent for 1 hour at a time for FSU students. Sailboat rentals are also available, but guests wishing to rent a sailboat must participate in one of the scheduled sailing clinics to enjoy a safe handling.
That's awesome. And is there a beach area where one could swim?
Yes, the lake has a designated swimming area monitored by lifeguards and a beach area where people can also tan. The only downfall of the res is there's no pets allowed or alcohol allowed.
Oh, wow. That's surprising that there's no pets allowed, but I guess it makes sense that there's no alcohol allowed since there's a lot of different activities that you could do, especially with rentals of different equipment and all of that.
Yes, exactly. And I think they want to just keep the environment safe and clean.
It's really cool to hear about all of these different water activities and things. I think this is going to be a great spot for me to bring my girlfriend so we could go canoe out on the lake and have just a nice scenery and exercise at the same time. But there's one thing that I'm also very curious about, and that has to do with rock climbing. So, can you tell me anything about this rock climbing wall that I keep hearing about?
Yeah, the rock climbing course is actually a really cool feature about the res. The wall is 40 feet and a part of the FSU Challenge course. It's also free for FSU students and only $3 for the public. The wall is only accessible during park hours each weekend and not during the weekdays.
So I heard there's a lot of events that they have at the res, such as res days. So what are these res days and what other events do they have?
Once a semester, the res will host res days, which includes free food, free lawn games, free field and waterfront activities, and has a DJ. The res also has many other events like sail clinics, which is what you need to take before being able to rent the sailboats. This course lasts 4 to 5 hours and begins with classroom instruction and then several hours of instruction on the water. And then there's also Intro to Rock Climbing, where you learn the basis of rock climbing. And you can sign up for all of these events for free on the FSU Campus Recreation website.
Wow, all these events sound pretty cool. I find it pretty surprising that more students don't take advantage of all of these events, especially since they sound like so much fun and they're free. So, since there's all of these different activities to do, there must be people running the place. So, what kind of job opportunities does the res offer to students?
The res offers lifeguard positions, camp, counselors, and staff, outdoor pursuit trip leaders, climbing wall staff, and res guest services. I think the problem with the res and why many students don't know about it is because FSU really does not promote it, I would say. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I have so many questions about it. I honestly just don't know much about it because I feel like FSU doesn't even show its beautiful reservation that they have.
Exactly. I just feel if more students knew about it, people would take more advantage of it. But they do offer just so many things, and it's a great day trip to go to and just spend it outdoors, and like I said, everything's free, so students should definitely take that advantage while they have it.
I absolutely agree. So many students are always talking about how there's nothing to do except drink and party, but this is a great opportunity to go out to somewhere and just enjoy nature and enjoy each other's presence.
I so agree. I love the FSU reservation. I'm so sad I'm graduating. I'm not going to be able to have the FSU res to go to anymore.